سلام، من پرهام خدادیمه. من لاس آنجلس زندگی کمه ولی اهل مازرون هستمه. در شهر ساری به دنیا بمومه. اما فارسی گبزم می ولی از بچگی با زبان مازرونی آشنایی دارمه که همون زبان تبری هسته. Hi, I'm Parham, Parham Khodadi, and I was born in Mazandaran in the city of Sari, and now I'm in Los Angeles, and yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Aydın. I'm from the city of Diyarbakır, which is located in the eastern part of Turkey. And my mother tongue is Kurdish, the Kurmanji dialect, but I also speak Turkish and Persian.
I'm Sohrab. I'm 20 years old. I'm from northern region of Afghanistan, Parham province, and currently living in Kabul, Afghanistan. Been here all my life. And also, I'm glad here to be among you all today.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's Feruzjon from Bukhara, Uzbekistan. I speak Tajik dialect of Persian.
Hello, my name is Ozar. I'm from Pamir, Badakhshan of Tajikistan, and I speak Pamiri language of Shughni. My second language is Tajik, Farsi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hossein from Iran, from the city of Kerman, located in the southeastern part of Iran. I speak Persian language, Kermani dialect as my mother tongue, and currently I'm living in Essen in Germany.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So before we get started, Parham, I was thinking you can give us a little brief background on the Mazandarani language, as well as the region of like that part of northern Iran, just for our audience to know a little bit more, and then we'll get started.
All right, so a quick rundown would be that Tabari or Mazandarani is a northwestern Iranian language, and its origins are within the Median Al-Mardi tribe, or also called as Mardi, who settled in the modern-day Amal region in antiquity. They wrote about them in Herodotus's book, so we know that they existed as one of the Persis tribes that Herodotus wrote about. The modern language of Mazandarani is a sort of break off from that language and from that group of people. And Mazandarani on its own, as a modern language, it's directly affected by Farsi because it's been under Persian control for millennia. Yeah, that's basically Mazandarani for you. Mazandarani is very. It's a mixing pot of languages at this point, but it's still maintained its original Al-Mardi and Tabari from antiquity.
That region of northern Iran, for about 300 years after Islam, there were still Zoroastrian dynasties that were in power in Mazandaran. And for that reason, the number of Arabic loanwords in the language is less compared to some of the other languages that were influenced from, 3 centuries prior.
Arabic entered Mazandarani through Farsi. So when it reached us, it sort of got twisted. So obviously in Arabic, you wouldn't say ham javar, because ham is a Farsi root word. But in Mazandarani, we just, most of the time when somebody wants to refer to their neighbor or ham soye, they say ham javar.
So now what we're going to do, basically, you're going to start off with a more simple sentence, and then it'll be sort of intermediate with the second one, and the last one might be a little bit more challenging.
All right. Zare zare pashm ghalivune, zare zare khene khalivune.
Zara zara, come, little by little.
Yeah.
Rain is raining, something rain.
Little by little. And then pashm ghalivune.
Ghali is carpet.
Yep. Rug.
Yeah, rug.
What was the second part?
So zare zare pashm ghalivune, zare zare khene khalivune.
House, empty house.
Means that the rug is little by little woven and the house is little by little empty.
Yeah, nice job, nice job. Yep. So in
Empty
Farsi,
house.
yes, exactly. In Farsi, we would say قطره قطره جمع گردد وانگهی دریا شود. And in English, sort of similar to that, we say a penny saved is a penny earned. So over time, these good things pile up, and you get a very big good thing. And then that's the first part where it says zare zare pash ghalivune, and the second part says zare zare khene ghalivune, meaning that the house slowly over time comes empty. In English, we would say, or Benjamin Franklin said, I believe, a small leak can sink a great ship. So if you keep on spending and buying stuff, then over time, even though it seems like you're adding to your household, you're actually spending too much money and you're losing all your stuff.
Khana is home, right?
Excuse me?
Khana is home.
Yes,
Yeah.
home. Khana, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that Mazandarani and Kurdish have like very niche words that are very similar to each other, because I've had Kurdish friends who's like understood a couple of words that I've said
Yeah,
while on
I
the phone.
totally
So
understood your introduction.
thank you.
And it's also the way you pronounce the words as well, because at times it can be closer to Kurdish.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so that was great. That was the more simple one, I think. Now we'll move to the next one, and again, see what you can figure out, even if you pick up some of the words, and then you try to piece them together. So, Parham, when you're ready, you can read the second one.
آروس رقص کردن بلد نیه گن زمین تپه چاله دارنه.
A bride cannot dance, and I mean the arus, right? You said arus. Yeah, it's a bride or broom. Which one? I'm not good in English.
It's the bride.
Bride. Yeah, so
Right,
she
yeah.
cannot dance, and she's doing something excuse for her or something.
She
I don't know.
blames the earth, yeah? She blames the earth for her bad dancing.
Yeah.
We have same proverb in Pamiri language too.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your version?
It's I will say in original language, Kampira kose navarvet poiga tang doinakish. Kampir means old lady. She cannot dance, but she blames the stage is small for her.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what this is. The bride doesn't know how to dance, so she blames the stage being crooked and having, what do you call it? I don't know what the word is, but
Not wide enough, not big enough.
Yeah. She blames the stage basically. If you don't know how to do something, don't come up with excuses. That's basically what it's saying. So don't blame other stuff. Blame your lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
Was so similar to Persian language, but the second was a bit more unique in Mazandarani way.
Yeah.
So I the first part, but the second was a bit tricky. So,
Do you want to read it, Parham? Can you read it again? And so now that everyone knows exactly what it is.
I could. So Arus رقص کردن بلد نیه گن زمین تپه چاله دارنه. So you could see how it's a soup, Mazandarani. You could see the different chunks in it.
Yeah. But Tapan Chale is exactly the same Persian. The holes in your ground and so on.
Exactly.
So now let's do the third one that you had. So when you're ready, you can read that one.
Okay, so just a real quick background. So we have a style of poetry in Mazandaran called Amiri poetry, and it comes from this man named Amir Pazavari, and also known as Amir Mazandarani, and he was a poet in the late Safavid era, so before the Qajars came about, and he was basically an emir, a Khan sort of figure in Mazandaran. I forget where from exactly, but his heart was broken by this girl named Gohar, just as any good poets. They always end up having their heart broken at some point. So yeah, he basically went village to village because of his broken heart, and he would sing to people about his poetry and about his problems and his life. So that's where Amiri poetry comes from in Mazandaran, and it's spread out throughout the region. And we're not even sure if most of the Amiri poems that we know today are actually from him, because most of them that we know are from word of mouth. So it might have changed over time somehow, but some of them we have journals from. But that's just how Amiri poetry came about. So in this one, we say امیر گته مکار چه زار بهیه مپوست کلا شال نهار بهیه بشقاب پلاخار اتاقدار بهیه کال چرمپوش زین سوار بهیه.
Okay, say the first one slowly.
I'll go. Is that bait or qafiye? I'm not sure. Sorry.
Yeah. Misra.
Yes, that's
Misra.
the one. Misra. Nice. Amir gete mekar chezar baiye.
Amir is dying for you.
No,
Something.
Amir. I think Amir said that the works are going, like somehow madly. Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. I think it's a little bit more. It's not exactly work, but yeah, you're getting there. So Amir gete mekar chezar baiye.
Zor. What is Zor?
Zor in Kurdish means
day-to-day life.
Zor, it
Like-
means hard. Does it mean hard?
Well,
No,
yeah.
Zord is hard. That's very Zord in Ossetian is hard too. It's something like this in Pashto and in Pamiri too. Like right now we all use Dil, but it was Zor before. Like in Pamiri we use Zor sometimes and Dil.
So yeah. Zar, you guys got it right. Where it means hardships. It means difficulty. So by kar here, even though he doesn't exactly mean work, even though kar does mean work, he means his day-to-day life. So someone said that, I think it was either Sohrab or Feruzjon. It's his life that's become difficult, even though he says mekar shazar baiye. And so he's saying that in the next mesra, he says me pusse kala shal nahar baiye.
Push the skin.
Kelai's hat.
The skin of hat.
Hat.
So next one.
This is where you could see the sort of sentence structure of Mazandarani is a little bit different than Farsi. So even though this in Mazandarani it's me pusse kala, try rearranging.
Shawl, maybe it's something that people wear. I mean, women wear. We say shawl for the hijab kind of thing.
Yeah, but this isn't that. Me
Yeah,
pusse
but
kala shal nahar baiye.
Shal nahar means something that you serve the lunch on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nahar is a breakfast.
Shal nahar.
Yeah, we say nahar for lunch. So Hossein Jan got it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's a lunch. I was confused with the breakfast. What was okay? Go ahead.
Shal nahar means somehow like sofre in Persian, or not?
No.
Okay. No. Okay.
I'll say it again. Maybe you get it this time. Me pusse kala shal nahar baiye.
It's like something lunch. Barine.
Yeah, maybe he is lunch, sort of with the skin of hat, maybe, or maybe saying that even skin of hat, maybe the value of it is comparing with the lunches at the same range.
Diverse like a lunch.
Maybe something
or
like that.
something like that.
You guys are getting so close, but pus, so in Farsi would be skin, right? Now think
Yeah.
of what is the skin of an animal?
Pash.
No, that's
Yeah,
wool.
Yeah, I would
What's the
say
skin
that
of-
as well.
What's
Yeah.
the
In Kurdish, it's also the skin of an animal, post.
the skin of an animal? Yeah, pus, but me pus sekala, what would that be? You wouldn't make a hat.
Made of the
Yeah.
animal skin. Yeah.
Yeah, a hat made of leather, basically. Me pus sekala.
Yeah.
So it's in Farsi you would say pus sekola. That means the skin of the hat, but it actually in Mazandarani it would be sort of in Farsi it would be kolah pusi.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, kolah.
a hat made out of leather. So me pus sekala shal nahar baye. So shal nahar baye.
The last word is a bit strange. Doesn't sound familiar.
I think Farsi has a lot more consonants than Mazandarani, maybe. So add in a little bit more consonant pizzazz. The opposite of what French is. We got all the vowels in there. Shal nahar baye.
Barine, like something like lunch, diverse or beautiful, or I don't know.
Amir gete mekar chazar bahiye. Amir said that my
For
life
you.
has become difficult. That's what we got for the first
Yeah.
misra.
Yeah.
For the second misra, me pusekela, my leather hat, shal nahar bahiye.
Hayya means become.
Yes, it's shod in Farsi. So
Oh.
become.
So
So shal nahar bahiye. It's become
Like
I eat my lunch
leather
in
hat.
my leather hat.
something eats it, but not me.
So he said that it became like a leather hat.
You
No,
did get it
leather
right.
hat became something that he eats lunch in it.
Something had it for lunch. Something had the leather hat for lunch. Now, what is that thing? Shal nahar bahiye. I'll give you guys a big hint. In many languages in Europe, this word derives from Persian.
Think about an animal.
shakal.
It's just, I guess in Persian and in Kurdish,
Is it shogal in Persian? Yeah, no.
Shogal, yeah, shogal, nice jackal. So jackal ate my leather hat, basically. Look at my life; it's so miserable.
Shagol.
Shogal, yeah. Or how do you guys say it in your dialect?
Shagol.
Oh,
Shahol.
nice.
In Kurdish, we say chakal.
Shogal?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is also used in Turkish. They say chakal.
Shakal. So far we got Amir Gete Mekar Chazar Baye. Look at my life, it's been miserable. Mepustika Shal and Nahar Baye. My leather hat's been the lunch of a jackal. And now the third mesra would be Boshra Pelachar Otagdar Baye. This is pretty simple for Farsi speakers. Boshra
Yeah.
Pelachar Otagdar Baye.
Somebody that has eaten rice from the plate.
Boshkov. Boshkov.
I think, yeah, boshkov is plate.
Yeah, it's play.
Yeah. He has been the keeper of the house or something like that.
Sort of.
Housekeeper. Yeah.
Boshra Pelachar would be someone who eats.
From the plate.
Yes.
Right.
On the plate. Otagdar Baye.
Utok room.
Otag is room, yes.
Nagdar, someone who keeps the room, but
Roomkeeper.
protects it.
Oh.
Otagdar would be you guys are thinking of like Marsbon, sort of like someone who keeps something, or like is that am I getting it right? I don't know. Otagdar Bahiye would be someone, instead of keeping it, what are you doing it? Otagdar Shodi, Otagdar Bahi.
So you're guarding it?
Protecting.
You have owned.
Yes, you got it. You own this person who used to eat rice just straight from the pot, just like a barbarian, is now owns a room, owns their own
Okay,
land.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
the owner of Otaqdar.
Yes, otavdar bhaiya. And then the fourth masra goes kal charm push zin sevar bhaiya.
Zin sawar is riding a horse sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
riding a saddle. So kal charm
So I
push.
guess, yeah, the person who are wearing leather or is now riding.
Again.
You're getting, yeah, you got it right, Sohrab John. So kal charm push, someone who wears leather in what condition? Kal?
Yeah.
Call.
Or
Chal.
Like without hair, someone without
Kal.
hair. Doesn't-
Bald.
Kal, yeah. Like, yeah.
Kal as in
Kal.
so
So it's not bald.
it's not bald. Yeah, kal,
Is it
that's
bald?
kal in Mazandarani also means bald, but it's not bald.
Yeah.
Kal charm push means so instead of bald in this sense, like when like fruit is unripe, we say like kale, like it's that,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
exactly. We use it in Kurdish as well. Call.
exactly.
Like
But in
like
this sense,
tomato.
when you use it in terms of leather in Mazandarani, it also means that it's poor quality, like it's as if it was a lamb or a calf's leather, so it's not really good leather, it's bad leather. So kala champush, it means someone who used to wear leather that was poor quality. And in this sense, actually, it also means another thing. There's a lot of underlying. See, your English teachers, your literacy teachers, they tell you that you need to read between the lines. Here, there's also another meaning. So poor people or dehrans in Mazandaran who didn't have money for shoes, they would take these sort of poor quality leather and they would put it under their feet and then wrap it with some sort of laces or something like that and just use it as shoes. So kala champush is someone who wears leather as shoes, basically poor quality leather as shoes. And the second part was zin savar bhaiya.
Okay.
Has become something.
Excuse
Now
me?
he's like a king.
He was allowed to ride a horse.
Yeah, now he rides a horse. Now he doesn't walk
Yeah.
on his poor
Yeah.
quality leather shoes.
Yeah.
Before he was poor, now he's a king.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is DIY in Mazandaran. Do it yourself. So yeah, basically Amir said that my life's become miserable and my leather hat has been eaten by a jackal, and the person who used to eat rice just from the pot like a barbarian is now eating now owns a room of his own, and the person who used to wear a DIY leather shoes, leather pair of shoes, now rides a horse. So basically that means that look at life, there's all these changes that go on, just like how someone who is at a high standing, he was an Amir, he was a very notable figure in Mazandaran. Now look at him, his life's become miserable and he's losing all his possessions, whereas all these people who didn't have a luxurious life like him are now reaching higher statuses. So life is all about changes. People just like you can fall off a horse, you can also climb up it. I just made up my own Zabul Masal real quick.
What other thing is interesting about Mazandaran, I guess, is that even though Parham also mentioned it in the first, that it's affected in somehow by Persian language, but it's more unique in its own way. That even though it is similar a bit with Persian, but I thought it would be more similar with the dialect of Persian that we speak in Afghanistan, and the way that most of people in Iran, especially in Tehran, speak Persian language. But yeah, It has some similarity. It's interesting, but that's very unique in its own way. And
Yeah, it was great. It was great, and also it was interesting to see the Mazandarani has a like Eastern Iranic type of structure of the sentence. The same structure you can see on Behustun script of the Doryush. When they say Adam Doryush means Azam Doryush in Pamiri in English means I am Darius.
See, but then in Mazandarani we would say Daryush Hassame. So it could have been. So
Yeah.
we have a lot of Farsi influence in there too. So like for morning we say Sevai, and that comes from Sobh, which is from Arabic. So I think Mazandarani, as I said, it becomes a very like a soup, like a very mixing pot of languages. But yeah, I would also say that it's dominantly like it doesn't have any Arabic influence at all compared to most of its neighboring languages.
Yeah, relatively speaking, the influence was a lot less.
Yes.
And it is that's part of the history of the region, right? That's why, because the modern Persian language sort of starts around the 8th, 9th century, and it's had the Arabic influence already. But by that point, Mazandaran was still sort of its own territory. It wasn't under any Islamic empire yet. So the Arabic influence hadn't really reached the area.
You know, the Mazandarani sounds like a Talysh language to me.
Yeah, because they're both Caspian Iranian languages. So that was a northwestern. Yeah, northwestern. So they all like at some point, like just like how evolution works, at some point, the Talysh and Gilaki and Mazandarani languages were the same language, and at some point, like those languages with plus Kurdish plus Luri were the same language, and at some point, those languages plus Farsi plus all those languages were the same language, and it just keeps going back in time as far as
it's like Bakhtiari and Luri. They were same, then they divided.
Well, guys, this was really, really wonderful. Again, thanks a lot for being a part of it. You're welcome.
Can I do a little thing that I wrote for saying bye?
Absolutely.
زبون مازرونی در استان مازرون و بعضی شهرهای استانهای همسایه گپ زندنه، شاهرود سمنان، فیروزکوه تهران و کردکوه گلستان. مردم مازرون حتی اگه فارسی گپ زندنه با زبان مازرونی آشنایی دارنه، به همین دلیل زبان رو به انقراضی نیه ولی با فارسی خله آمیخته بایه. Thank you very much for allowing me to show you my people's beautiful language and helping me remind the people of Tabaristan of our cultural and lingual heritage. And thank you very much for everybody here for coming together and showing your friendship to the Mazandarani language. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It was really great, and always looking forward to do more and more Iranic languages.
Thank you from my side as well. It was very educational for me, and it was very interesting to participate in this video with Mazandarani language. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, for inviting me to this amazing meeting and making it possible for me to meet these wonderful people. I'll see you all again.
Yes, thank you, Feruzjon, inviting for this amazing video, and also thank you, Parham, for showing us your language. I initially thought Mazandaran was a dialect of Persian. Then now I know that it's not. Yes, thank you.
I had no idea about the Mazandarani language before you decided to make this video, but now I'm quite informed about it.
Yeah, and I think this is why you're not the only one, right? Like there are many people even inside Iran who don't really have information about Mazandarani. It just kind of gets neglected, right? Even though they go on vacation to Mazandaran, they still don't know. It's like a popular holiday spot, right? But yeah, no, definitely, this was really good. I agree, it was very educational, and it will be for many people out there.
Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Thank you so much, guys. This is really wonderful.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care. Thank you very much.
Thank you.